It's the 41st millennium, a dark and unforgiving future, where war is all that reigns supreme. The Imperium continue to spread their presence across space, expanding their colonies and human life across many worlds. Some of, if not most of these expansions on new worlds, however, usually result in conflict with multiple races. These are the famous Crusades of mankind, creating both heroes in victory and death for the Emperor. One of these many such crusades belongs to the Cat-chan, a breed of hardy jungle fighters, on this occasion a regiment known as Duke's Hazards. Sent by the Emperor to Phalanx 4, a new colony world covered in Death World Forest, a dark and desolate, dangerous planet. Young in its inception and under threat of Orc invasion. Duke Hazard, the commander of the regiment, hardy and swift in laying down the Emperor's will and retribution against a vile and insane greenskin invader known only as Claudzilla, leader of the Claudzilla killers, set on nothing other than the destruction of the Imperium and its colony worlds in this sector. The Orcs have set up many small barracks, mech shops and bases of operation on the planet's surface. Duke, whilst holding down important supply zones ready for the arrival of civilians, has also been tasked with the destruction and removal of greenskins from the planet. Will he be victorious or be the victim to the destruction of Claudzilla's killers? This is the story of Duke's Hazards and their crusade on Phalanx 4. Hey there, welcome back to Skirmish Miniature Gaming. Luke here, and welcome to our new Crusade campaign. As you've just seen the awesome intro there, put a lot of effort into this, and a lot of effort goes into our campaigns and any campaign that anybody does, but when you're filming it, you're editing it and all that jazz, it's a lot of work, and I'm so happy that it's here. It's awesome. It's going to be Duke's Hazard's Kata-chan, played by myself, Luke. Alan is going to be joining me, who unfortunately can't join me on the intros due to obviously virus and such still, and Father Nurgle disrupting planet Earth itself, but obviously he will still be with me playing through this campaign with his orcs throughout this crusade. There's obviously a backstory to it, as you've just seen. Please do, guys, support the channel as best you can in any way possible. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, maybe you're new and you're watching this for the first time, subscribe. We like to have fun on this channel, lots of different games. We're just starting to play 40k now, full size 40k. We've covered Kill Team before. Starting this new Crusade campaign, it's going to be 6 to 8 episodes long, depending, probably about 7ish, something like that. If you're a member on our Patreon page, you can go down in the link in the description below, guys, to support the channel, which, like I said, when we do these campaigns, any videos that we do on the channel, which we are doing a lot of at the moment, please do show your support. Sign up to Patreon from as little as, I think it's $2-3 a month now, and you can even sign up in your own currency now as well if you're not so keen on what Patreon used to be like. And you can help support the channel, help support us making this campaign, other campaigns to come. So if you want to see similar 40k Crusade campaigns for 9th edition played in the future, you need to help support us financially and back us to be able to do more videos for you guys. But I hope you really enjoy the campaign, guys. I won't hold you too much longer. This is just a prelude to kind of show you the Crusade forces that we've assembled, and also leading you into the story of the campaign for the first mission, which will be released later this week. If you're a member on Patreon, like I say, sign up for that below. You will get all of the videos up to a week early before release on Patreon there. So if you want to go and watch the first mission of the campaign straight away, go to Patreon now, and you should be able to watch the first episode, the first mission of the campaign, before anybody else gets a chance to in a week or so's time, and you'll be back in the channel and the campaign. Otherwise, throw a like on the video, guys, leave lots of comments down below, let us know how awesome you think this idea is, and that you're looking forward to seeing a Crusade campaign. Hopefully it'll help new players learn how to play it as well. That's the whole idea of this prelude. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we'll see you there, guys. Enjoy the campaign, can't wait for this. See you there. Alright then, folks, so here we go, the start of our Crusade campaign journey for me and Al, and I'm super excited. There's a lot of work gone into this for us to try and actually get all of this ready, especially myself. I've been literally finished this last night, all doing a lot of this. I'm 2 units short from my actual full list that I have to choose from for the Crusade campaign, but what we're going to do is we're going to take you through, we've printed off the sheets, so you can get these PDFs online. I'll try to remember to drop a link in the description for a nice one that you can print off to use yourselves, or you can fill in online. and then print off to use, or you can just keep it digitally. So I've printed mine off and put mine out in pencil, just so I can rub stuff out and redo things if points change, things like that, keeping track of your agendas and your battle tallies and things like that. So me and Al both have a Crusade force. You can take up to 50 power worth of, because this is based on kind of open play narrative, so it's all power based. So we both spent up to 50 power on both of our forces. There's Duke's Hazards versus the Claudzilla's Killers, and War Boss Claudzilla. So War Boss Claudzilla. I thought that, yeah, it's good. And we will be showing off the characters in a moment. They're both awesome. Can't wait for that. So Colonel Duke himself, for me, is going to be leading the Catachan force. As you will have seen in the intro there, we're based on a planet of Phalanx 4. And this, like I say, -2 units here. This is the force protecting or fighting off the Claudzilla's Killers. So can't wait to get this started. I think I've only acquired about 38-40 power in total out of the 50 that I'm allowed, but I can always add units for requisition points as the campaign goes on. But we'll explain all that after we've kind of taken you through our Crusade forces. I'm not going to take too long on explaining how to do the Crusade campaign, because I'm sure you guys can just give it a go, but I will take you briefly through what these sheets mean. So you have a main page, as we both have here, for both of our forces for the campaign. Obviously you acquire upgrades, all that kind of thing, and you upgrade and your points go up, values can go up and things like that as the campaign goes on, but we will do that at the end of each battle. I wanted to do this prelude video separately so we could kind of explain the forces in full, set up the story for you guys, and then you can go into each official episode and battle report without tons of explanation before each game. But we'll start off, I'll just show you, I'm taking my force, or my regiment is called they are Catachan, they are Duke's Hazards, led by Colonel Duke Hazard. He is the official, and I'll give you a quick flash for him to be fair. He is actually the kindly sent by our new sponsors, who will be announced very shortly. Have sent us the beautiful limited edition Catachan Colonel, who I have named Duke Hazard. Nicely painted up, ready to go, leading his regiment. And just as an example here, so this is your actual faction sheet, including all of the forces in your entire force. So we only take 25 power per game, because we'll be doing combat patrol obviously each game. So you can choose 25 power from this list, whatever you want to go with. I've got Colonel Duke Hazard at 2 power. We've got, I'll take you through them as I go. So we've got Colonel Duke Hazard. We've got Infantry Squad 1, 2, and 3. They are not named yet because they have to earn their name. We've got the Bane Wolf Hellhound with a chem cannon, and I will take you through more what exactly everything's got in a moment. I've got a Chimera on the left-hand side here, dedicated transport mobile command vehicle. Is the idea with that. We've got a heavy flamer turret, heavy flamer on the front, auger, las gunner raise, and hunter killer missile. So everything, because it's all power, you can pretty much assume it's going to be fully kitted out with everything you can kind of get on them, really. Obviously I'm going to be Catachan for the whole campaign, so you can't change units unless you spend requisition points. That's something to explain. So each unit has specific war gear, upgrades, relics, warlord traits, etc. You can't change them without spending requisition points. They have those for the campaign, like I say, unless you spend points on them. We've got, at the back here, this is Duke's Guard, otherwise known as his Ogrin Squad. So they're his official guard. And we've got Scout Sentinel at the back here. He's got heavy flamer, the extra chainsword on the front for the -AP, and he's also got Hunter Killer Missile as well. So both of the tanks and the Scout Sentinel are fully upgraded with everything. They've got an auger array, they've got track guards, they've got dozer blades, and the Hunter Killer Missiles. So pretty awesome. I do have a third tank, which is another Hellhound, but that is going to be the normal Hellhound tank with the nasty dual flamer on the top, and that's going to have a flamer on the front as well. The chem cannon one here, I apologise, actually has a multi-melter. So multi-melter on the front and chem cannon on the top, and then he's got the Hunter Killer Missile and all the upgrades that come with it. The 3 units are exactly the same. They've each got a special weapon with a flamer. They've each got a sergeant with a power sword and plasma pistol, and they've each got a box caster, which makes sense.
Colonel Duke Hazard himself. I'll take you through him now, and I'll also show you just how this exactly works. So you've got your front sheet there, as you can see at the very bottom as well. I've put like the general goal of my Catachan regiment here in our with our backstory and everything. So burn them out is our objective, essentially. Push back the orcs and destroy the mech shop that you will have seen at the beginning there. Their base of operations that they've set up on planet Phalanx 4. They've been burning parts of the planet, and that's one of the main bases they've set up, and we've been ordered to push them back and destroy their mech workshop, etc., and their barracks and regiment, and push them back to the ships in orbit. But sort of, yeah. Oh yeah, the one other unit I didn't mention that I haven't got on the board. There's the other Hellhound, which is fully kitted out. The only other one is Duke's Nukes, which is the special weapons squad with flamers. So there's just literally a squad full of flamers. So they're not quite ready either, so I haven't had them on the table with the other Hellhound.
There's the flamers I said I was expecting.
Yeah. So they'll be coming at some point. I just haven't quite got them ready, and I figured each squad here has got a flamer anyway. The tanks are well more than capable as well. The Scout Sentinel's got a heavy flamer, so we'll wait and see how that goes. So that's that. That's the front page. And then basically for each unit in your Crusade, you have force. You have a Crusade force sheet. So each unit sheet basically, which is more or less kind of just the details on them. More useful really for your HQ. But essentially what you have as well, you have the normal power rating. You have Crusade points. Now the way Crusade points work is that for each stratagem that you can choose to use before a game, you can spend what are called requisition points. And you start the campaign with 5 requisition points. You spend requisition points on things at the end of battles or before the whole Crusade campaign. Your Warlord, if you want to start with the campaign with a Warlord trait and a relic, you have to spend a requisition point on each of those, which for example, Colonel Duke Hazard has spent 2. One for his relic, one for his Warlord trait, which I'll explain in a moment, what he actually has taken. And the only thing that it does do, you don't have to then spend command points each game that you use the stratagems. Instead, your squad is permanently upgraded with that stratagem. But that specific unit is. But it means that their Crusade point value goes up by 1. And basically, at the beginning of each battle report that we do for this Crusade campaign, the difference in Crusade points between the two forces, you half that number, and then you round that number up, and you then start on that many more command points than your opponent in that battle. That's the way that works, guys. It's a pretty cool little added extra thing. It means that L's Orcs have got some nice buffs in there before we've started out. I'll quickly go through then what Colonel Duke Hazard has acquired before with these requisition points. He has a Power Fist and Plasma Pistol, which doesn't cost anything. That's just what he's listed with. He's got Lead from the Front, which is his Warlord trait. It's this Catachan specific Warlord trait. It means that he can use Heroic Intervention on 6 inches instead of 3. So if he's behind his troops and you charge them, he can probably quite easily sneak round the corner and smack you in the face with a Power Fist.
Nice.
Nice. So that's what he's got there. And then also, if he uses Heroic Intervention or gets charged or makes a charge, he gets reroll hit rolls in that phase until the end of that turn, I believe. So Lead from the Front's pretty awesome, very Catachan. And then for his relic, he's taken the Laurels of Command, which he's actually modelled with on this awesome little model for the Catachan on his shoulder pad there. Laurels of Command means that each time, and bear in mind he's classed as an officer, this model. Yeah, commanding officer, which means that he does indeed have 2 orders each turn instead of 1, like a normal officer would. But he will have the Laurels of Command, which means that each time he gives out an order, on a 4+, he can give a different order to the same unit, which is brilliant. So you can do that every time, but that's only within 6. So if he's within 6 of that unit that he gave the order to, instead of the extended range from Voxcasters, then he can do that. So pretty cool. That's going to be interesting. And obviously I'm going to start off the first game, with 5 command points instead of 3, so there could be plenty of extra orders coming my way.
Pretty intimidating for us.
Yeah, hopefully. But I think the Orcs are too. So what we'll do, we will probably, because I think that pretty much sums up what I've got there. Like I say, you've got these Crusade points. The only other thing that works with that is after each battle, you can obviously gain experience. there are things called agendas. So we're usually, for a combat patrol size game, you can only choose one agenda per battle. We're going to move that up to 2 per battle, just to move the Crusade along a bit more than it usually would, so we can level up things a bit faster. So 2 agendas per battle, and essentially they're things that you choose to have against your opponent, and you gain extra experience if you achieve them. They're kind of like secondary objectives for post-game. So you, for example, I could choose, can't remember the exact name of them right now without having them in front of me, but there is, for example, there's one where you can do it for the whole force, a single agenda that means for each enemy unit that unit kills, you get a kill point, and that, or an assassinate point, I think it is. And that essentially means that I think then at the end of the battle, for each point that they would have on them, each tally for that agenda, they'd gain an experience for that tally. So you can rack up experience fairly quick. You can choose one of your units at the end of a battle, whether they died or not, to gain battle honor, and they gain 3 experience points. So you're always going to get a model upgrading with experience points. The mission that you specifically play each time will have bonuses for the winner as well. So like probably more experience points for models or more requisition points, that kind of thing, which is also pretty awesome. Like I say, you can spend requisition points on things like new relics and new warlord traits, to change your war gear options on units, to add new reinforcements if you have the power available. Other than that, I think we'll go on to check out L's Orcs. Okay, so we've got the Claudzilla's killers out in front here. I can see the killer claw already.
Yeah.
Mr. Claudzilla himself.
Yeah, he's got himself a relic, the Killer Claw. He is Claudzilla, the Killer Claw, war boss.
Mm-hmm.
He has the warlord trait Brutal but Cunning, so we're re-rolling failed to hit rolls in the fight phase.
Mm-hmm.
And also increases damage on charge and heroic interventions. He has taken the stratagem The Biggest Boss, giving him a 4-up invulnerable save and adding 1 to his wounds and attacks.
Nice.
He has the Killer Claw, which is a relic, and a Combi Scorcher. And his little attack squig there. Next to him is Wasdare the Warped. He is a weird boy, Psyker. He knows Smite and the Jump, so he can jump units around the battlefield. Hence the name Wasdare, because you was there and now you ain't. And on a more philosophical level, was there even a warped?
Nice.
So those are my 2 characters.
Nice.
We've got a unit of Meganobs. They are called Six Saws Biggins. Six Saws leader there, and these are his Biggins.
Nice.
Scorchers, Power Claws, and he's got twin buzzsaws. Yeah.
Nice.
We've got a unit of commandos. They are known as Sneaky Gits.
Bushwhackers, Sneaky Gits. Nice.
Aye.
Okay, and then you just got the 2 squads of boys?
Yeah, 2 squads of boys. We've got Clubber Claws boys and Pyros boys.
Nice.
They're all sluggers and choppers. Clubber Claws got a claw, a power claw, and Pyro's got a combi scorcher.
Nice. Did the commando knob have anything extra? No. Just
he's got a power claw. That's it.
Okay.
And a slugger.
Slugger, yeah. Nice. So that is the Claudzilla's killers. I like to have a good opponent with a good backstory. I'm gonna burn them out. And then obviously you've got a list of other units that aren't here at the moment. That we both got stuff we still need to paint up for
we could, if we wanted to, bring the big mob of 20 orc boys. We got some flash gits waiting in the wings. Got a couple of killer cans, and we could bring in some burner boys if we wanted to.
Okay, nice. And that's more or less the extra bits that Claudzilla's Claws have as options for their 50 power limit. But that is, I believe, what you're going to be taking in the first bat rep as well for the first episode. So,
Indeed.
And what you've just seen from my list, guys, minus the Chimera, will be my first list. So we've more or less painted up most of what we're going to use in the first episode. Okay, and then your whole faction, Al.
Yeah, I forgot to mention all the boys. They're goths. So their faction-wide ability, no mucking about. Unmodified hit rolls of 6 for an attack with a melee weapon. Immediately, basically exploding 6s. You can roll another attack for every 6 you roll.
And obviously, I'm not sure if I did mention or not, guys, but obviously, I think I mentioned the specific warlord trait I had, but Kat-chan, obviously, re-rolling the number of shots we get with flamers on vehicles, flamer weapons. And obviously like the d6s that you roll, and anybody within 6 inches of the Colonel Duke Hazard will be +1 to the leadership, and also a +1 strength across the board for being Kat-chan. As to what's coming very soon, so Prelude should have come out about a week before the actual first bat rep comes out. For you YouTube members, but if you do want to sign up to Patreon, our Patreon members are going to get, as always, early access to battle reports. So the campaign will be up for our members on the Patreon page a week early for the campaign. So if you want to go straight away now over to the Patreon page and watch the first episode before anybody else does, be a week ahead of notice. And you're excited to start watching it already, please do go over there, sign up, help support us, because these big campaigns that we organise to do take a lot of time. There's a lot of effort goes into painting up the new Crusades, and funds that we have to put into getting the new stuff for the campaign, terrain, mats, everything to do with it. It all costs finances to be able to do this kind of thing, and a lot of time, obviously. As you saw at the beginning, there's a little tease really as to maybe doing more Imperium Crusades based on the colony worlds from some of the other stuff, so like Talon and those kind of things. So if you guys want to see us do more Crusade campaigns within this kind of storyline, this kind of theme. But until the first episode, guys, enjoy the campaign. Throw a like on this video, leave us some comments down below. Please do share around the campaign as well. Make sure you're subscribed, turn your notification bell on, so you know when these bat reps come straight out for the campaign. But yeah, guys, we'll see you there, and as always, happy skirmishing.
Hi there, thank you for watching the video, I hope you enjoyed it. Please do make sure you are subscribed to the channel and make sure to hit the notification bell. Also throw us a like on the video and leave us a comment down below. Finally, if you would care to support the long-term progress and stability of the channel, please sign up to become a Patreon member in the link below the video for as little as $3 per month, just like the amazing people to the left of me. You will gain access to many different benefits, but you will also be making sure that we can still put out videos for the foreseeable future. Thanks for watching, and you can check out more of the videos here, right on our channel, Everything Skirmish. But until next time, happy skirmishing, guys.